Well, we are back at the shoot house, and we're going to run a scenario today with two different grandpas. One grandpa, the first grandpa, is the hard-headed old grandpa that loves his pheasant gun. What you see there is a nice Turkish-made pheasant gun. It's a double barrel, got some tight chokes, and he is good with it. He loves this old pheasant gun. He keeps it loaded up with some double-aught buckshot in case he gets an intruder breaking into the house to protect him and Grandma. So Grandpa number one, this is his weapon. The bad guy will be represented by the nice target you see, and Grandpa will get a chance to shoot a couple of times, maybe reload, maybe shoot more than 2 times. We'll see how he does. And his report card will be marks on the target. So we'll have a look at that and see how he does. Hope to see you back soon. Check up on Grandpa. Over and out for now. I hear you back there, son. You better not be breaking in my house. I hear you breaking in. What are you doing back there? I stayed up all night. I got a shotgun with buckshot in it. You better not come through that hallway. Son, I told you, you better put that, what are you doing with that machete? You better put that machete down. Son, you come to the wrong house. You ain't gonna hurt my family. You better put that machete down. Son, I warned you. I warned you. Dang, safety. Stand still, son. Don't move. Next it'll be I'll blow your head off. Don't you move. I think something done happened to my shotgun. Stay right there. You stay right there, son. Both barrels gonna blow it out on me. Got my safety off now. Don't take another step. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't. I warned you. Dang it. No. Over here in the floor, you'll see where Grandpa was standing. And you look very carefully there. You will see 2 holes. That is 2 doses of buckshot, and they are exactly, by my measurements, right at 1 foot apart. So, with him in motion trying to fight with that safety and get the safety off, he never got a chance to give those doses of buckshot to the bad guy. So now the problem with a double barrel shotgun is he is completely at the mercy of the man with the machete. A very large, razor sharp, 2-sided machete. Because he's trying to break the shotgun open and reload. So let's take a look at what happens next in the video. He does get to reload because there's a lot of dust in the air, and the bad guy doesn't really know if he's got a pistol or anything else. There's lights shining on him. Lots of things are happening. So he doesn't just charge forward as some bad guys would. Maybe he's a beginner at it. And Grandpa manages to get 2 more shells. These are the next 2 shells. So the first 2 went right into the floor and accomplished absolutely nothing other than a lot of noise and a lot of dust in the air, maybe a little fear. But the next 2, he did get loaded, and he was able to warn the young man. He told him he was going to blow his head off if he didn't stop. And Grandpa made another tactical error. Now we're going to clear up a lot of things here. We've had a lot of people trolling here lately and saying what they'd do and what they wouldn't do in a same situation. So here's the problem. Grandpa decided he would fire those 1 barrel at a time and shoot at the bad guy's head, and Bad guy was moving back and forth as they do sometimes, running towards you. He fired the first shot. It then ended up right over here. So there's the first shot. Now this is for the trollers out there that keep telling me that they're going to use birdshot because it won't shoot through sheetrock. And I want you to clearly see me putting my fingers, there's 3 fingers right through that wall. And I know that a lot of that's still in the wadding. I understand that. The distance fired here is 7 yards. But if that dose had hit right in the middle of the bad guy's face, it probably would blow your head off, but he missed. So that's why you don't want to shoot at a bad guy's head. That's a big mistake. If Grandpa had been shooting down in this area, center mass like he was supposed to do, he never had any training on this, but if he'd shot center mass, he would have missed by about a hand space, and he would have hit over here on number 7 and number 8. And might not have been deadly, but it might have been. One thing for sure, that guy wouldn't want another dose of it. So that's something to really consider when you're shooting a very limited protection gun, like a double barrel shotgun. You only got 2 doses and then you got to stop to reload. You better not be shooting at somebody's head, a bad guy's head, because he can move his head too quick, too easy. So he should have been shooting down here, so I have to give him a failing grade on that. Let's see if anything did hit. We'll get my spotlight a little bit closer. Some people say, well, he did hit him. Technically, he hit him. Yeah, he hit him just enough for a guy that's suffering from withdrawals or suffering from an addiction type of a deal. Would be good and mad. So if you look very closely, you will see, and maybe I'm too bright. Let's get that a little shaded down a little bit. You'll see a whole bunch of BBs just on one shoulder. This guy had a thick jacket. That would be a nothing burger. And if you look real close on the face, there's one speck right there. That'd be like a BB. Be getting hit on the cheek. It's not going to hit the brain. There's one right there. You'd get a pierced ear out of the deal. That's not a pellet. So for the face, there are literally 2 painful shots of birdshot. That's number 9. There's one little bitty one right there. You might say, well, that could hit a jugular vein. It might not. It's got a thick neck, or maybe a jacket with the collar turned up there. That'd be a nothing burger too. So let's call this a nothing as far as shot placement goes. Grandpa failed on shot placement. He shot at the head. Both of them went through the wall. If somebody was hiding in that closet like a family member, they could be dead or badly injured. So you definitely got to know your backstop. That's for sure. So Grandpa, overall, he didn't do too good. So in review, not to be mean to Grandpa, but let's review some of the mistakes that he made. Tactical mistakes in a life or death situation. The first mistake is he brought the wrong weapon. Now, I understand that you sometimes have to use what you have available, but the world has changed a lot, and it is very wise to get proper weapon for the job. And I'm going to tell you, the number 1 weapon is the AR-15 in the M4 format. Gives you 30 chances to solve the problem. Number 2 on our list here on the farm is the 870 Remington pump action shotgun with an extended mag tube so that you have 6+1. Even with that very formidable weapon, you still have the limit of having to load and shoot and load and shoot. You only got 7 shots to deal with the problem. And it also has a problem of over penetration. So Grandpa chose not to get a nice AR-15 with 30 rounds. He chose to stick with his bird gun. Some people are very set in their ways. I have learned this too. Some people are not willing to learn new things. They just love what they love. It's always worked for them out in the field with the birds, but this is a different situation. This is dealing with protecting your loved ones in your home. So if a bad guy does try to tear the back of your building off, he throws a bunch of concrete blocks through your back window, tears the bars off, whatever, and he starts coming in especially with a machete or something of that nature, decides he's going to do harm to you, you got to have something that you can make him stop. And I mean not stop and think about it, but totally stop. So Grandpa picked the wrong weapon. Number two, without further ado, is Grandpa used the wrong tactics. He did not have his safety off. He's already in harm's way, and he didn't have the safety off. He didn't have the gun at the ready. He had it sitting down like he was waiting for something to fly over a cornfield. And because of that, when it really got scary, and the guy showed that he was serious and had that big old machete coming down the hallway, Grandpa starts fiddling with the safety. That is not the time to be trying to remember how your controls work. So you never want to be pulling on a dead trigger. Your safety is for your safety, but it is not for the safety of the bad guy. It is your safety. When you train on a weapon, whether it's the M4 or the 870 pump shotgun, you need to be able to get that safety off, on and off as needed. It needs to be off when you get into harm's way and the gun starts to come up and get in position. That safety should come off. You should have that burned in your memory. Solid, that safety should come off. As soon as you begin to lower down and start to walk out of the room, you got other people around you, that safety needs to come back on. Same way with a 1911 pistol. When you draw that pistol out of the holster, that pistol comes out of the holster and you start to level down on your sights. As soon as your sights start to come onto the target, that safety goes off. You fire your shots, you start to head towards the holster, thumb comes up, puts that safety back on. So you got to be good at that. And the only way you can do that is to practice. So Grandpa hadn't been practicing with his safety. All right, the third one, this is a big tactical error. He decides he's going to try to have a long conversation with a maniac wielding a very large two-sided razor-sharp machete. This thing is going to, you'll see it in the next interview. It is what the Spartans, looks like what the Spartans used in the Roman days. It's made by cold steel. It has a razor-sharp tip on it, long, sharp tip, and two-sided. So he begins to talk with this young man and tell him what he's going to do, and take him to the gun store, tell him, you know, I've got this kind of weapon, I've got a double barrel shotgun, I've got double aught buck, I'm going to do this, I'm going to blow your head off. He's saying all these things to him. A guy that's on meth or horse tranquilizers, he come in your home and he wants to get your money, or he wants to steal guns or something of value. He wants to get in and get out, all within a few seconds. So he's not interested in your thoughts on guns or what caliber you have or how many times you're going to blast. He doesn't care about that. All that is completely out of his mind. He just wants to get what he wants and get out. He doesn't want to get hurt. He doesn't want there to be any cops involved. But he definitely doesn't want to get a lecture from Grandpa sitting in the easy chair in the front room. So Grandpa needed to let his shotgun do the talking for him. If Grandpa had been focused on that shotgun 100% and not talking, and made sure his front bead was in the middle of the bad guy's chest and the safety was off, we would have had a totally different story. Still would have been the wrong weapon, but he would have forced it and got the job done. So those are three big mistakes. And the last one I would say is that he thought in his mind that when he fired the shots, the noise that it made, that bad guy would show mercy on him and give him chance to reload his shotgun. That is not reality. Just because you fire 2 shots, your gun is empty and you've got 2 more shots in your front pocket, birdshot in this case, not the greatest of choices, but at least it was something. But that bad guy with that machete is not going to let you fumble around with 2 more rounds. He didn't get hit on the first 2 doses, so he already figures you're not very good at this. He just wants to take you out. I do have good news, even though this is a story, we're typecasting this. That particular machete has a large round plastic ball at the base of the grip. So That's how he dealt with Grandpa. Grandpa went down on the ground, folded his hands over his face so he wouldn't get his face cut, and the bad guy knocked him out with the butt of the machete. So he was a bad guy, wanted something, but he wasn't totally crazy, and he wasn't there to kill, but he wanted some money or some pills or something, and he did get a bunch of guns out of the house. He got Grandma's purse. She was somewhere else, got some of the money that she had stored up, and he didn't hurt anybody else in the house. Grandpa was there by himself, but it was still a bad situation. So I hope you understand, we're not trying to make fun of somebody's grandpa, but Grandpa, if you're going to be the one that defends the house, let's get with it, man. Let's get some training, get an AR-15. They're cheap. You can buy an AR-15 cheaper than you can buy this nice Springfield Armory range officer. That's about $1,000 gun, and you can get a really nice DPMS or Smith & Wesson or a Ruger. You can get any one of those name brand AR-15s for right around $750. Prices go up and down. Sometimes you'll even catch them on sale. You can get a nice AR-15, a couple of magazines to go with it for around $600. And then you can put you a Sig Sauer red dot on the top of it, shop around on eBay, and you can find one of those under $100. The one that I used was $65, brand new off eBay, and it's great. Shake and awake. It's I think it's a 3 MOA dot, and battery lasts for years, probably 3 or 4 years on one battery. Easy to swap, cheap. Buy them at the dollar store. So Grandpa got some schooling. He's not going to let that happen again. He's not going to get bopped on the head, and if somebody tears back wall down again, he'll be ready for him next time. So we'll see you on the next video. Over and out for now. Tonight is a rare opportunity. You get to see an interview with the actual bad guy. The bad guy has several things on his mind, and tonight I'm going to tell you what they are. First thing that you need to understand is I'm two different people. I got two totally different personalities. I got a side of me that is very nice. I'm out in public during the daytime. I'm a very nice person. You would never guess that I could be an actual bad guy. But I got a problem. My problem is that I like drugs, and I'm addicted to methamphetamine and several other drugs. And as long as I've got them, at least a little bit of them, I'm a nice person. But if I run out, I gotta have some. I gotta have a little, I might be what you call the bump in the night. I gotta have a little something, something. I need something, and I'm gonna get it. And I don't have a really, really good job. I don't make a lot of money. But I keep a razor sharp. This came from Cold Steel. They're cheap. And it never runs out of bullets. I try not to have to cut anybody with it. It's got that right there. I had to take on to Grandpa the other night in this house. And he fired 2 shots into the floor because he couldn't figure his safety out. And then he shot 2 more at my head and missed. I took a couple of pellets in the side of my face. But I used that big round plastic piece right there and knocked Grandpa out, so I didn't have to cut him. But there's times that I have to do some cutting. And you may think because you've got a gun that I'm going to come to your house and be scared. I'm not scared of guns, and I'm not scared of death. When I'm needing that meth, I'm going to get it however I got to get it. You'll never see this blade. This blade, if I come in, break into your home, this blade's gonna be behind my back, just like that. I can act like I'm scratching my head, walk up to you talking, act like I need to get some gas for my car, tell you all kinds of sad stories. And you won't know that I've got a blade until I get a little bit too close. I get too close, out comes that blade. That right there. That's just a cheap machete. But you'd be surprised what I can do with that machete. That thing is pretty serious. It can penetrate. I can cut with it. One of my favorite things to do, somebody sticks their hand up and they think they're going to block. They put their hand like that up in front of their face, they think they're going to block. I just come down and make a good cut. So the only way you're going to get me to stop, I've been shot with 9mm, little baby bullets, 9mm full metal jacket, went right through me. I just patched it up myself. I didn't even go to the doctor. It didn't hit my heart. It just shot through my side, went out the other side. I packed it full of gauze and took some baby aspirin, moved on. So I'm not scared of your guns. Your guns don't scare me. I'll hold that in front of me. You won't hit my spine. I'll hold that blade like that in front of me and come running. Put a little angle on it. That buckshot, slide right off of that. Put it out like that, I can block that buckshot. You're not going to get me with a gun. I'll slip along quiet, come in your back door, come through your window. And I know a woman, she said, I could never shoot anybody. But she saw one of these, and she saw what it could do. She changed her mind when she saw that razor sharp machete coming. You might have to watch a scary movie and watch somebody do some cutting with one of these machetes, and you'd realize it might be time for you to buy a nice AR-15, an M4. Learn how to shoot the thing. Learn what the U.S. military uses. That's one gun I know it can stop me, so I'll watch out for that M4. Grandpa's shotgun, people blast all over the place. They always shoot at my head and I move my head back and forth, or I lay down and play like I'm sick. Time they get a little bit too close to me, out comes the blade. That's a good move right there. You could just be bent over, play like you're sick. Them Chinese people, they use that. They talk about a sick monkey, and the monkey, he's leaning over, playing like he's hurt, and you go up to help him, out comes the blade. So if you're going to defend yourself in a home, you better get you a AR-15 with a 30-round mag. You better not be shooting at me with those full metal jackets either. They'll shoot right through, and I'll keep right on coming. The only way you can stop me is completely stop me. You got to be able to hit the center, right in the center of my spine. If you can hit my spine, and I can't block it fast enough, you can hit that spine right down the middle. That'll take my legs out from underneath me. I can't run if I get my spinal cord cut in half. You shoot right there, right in that middle, anywhere down that middle right there, shoot right there. You might be able to stop me. You might be able to stop me by hitting me in the face right here, but I doubt it. I doubt it. You don't want to shoot at my head. You shoot at my head, I'll be over here. You shoot here, I'll be over here. You're going to miss. I'll keep having you shoot, and you'll shoot until your magazine runs out. When I get close, then I'm going to do what I want to do. And this doesn't run out. So I want you to think about it. I want you to realize I'm not always a bad guy. As long as I've got what I want. During the day, sun's shining, I might be at work, I might be a good guy. If I run out of my dope and I start getting that itch, I gotta have me some. I'm gonna get a fix. I'm gonna get what I want. You stand in my way, you might get cut. You might get knocked out. If I'm feeling nice that night, might just knock you out. But if you reach and try to grab my throat and start cussing and raring, or try to draw a pistol or something, it's gonna be the blade. That blade, that thing will do some serious cutting I like to slash with it. I like to come in with a figure eight like this, come up and over and down, and then over that way, and come down the skinny hallway. Just perfect. Forces you to stay focused on what you're doing. And then the best shot is the run through like that. Sometimes people don't see it coming, it's down behind, and all of a sudden up it comes. And they look down and they run through like that. Then I can get the money, I can find the drugs. A lot of Americans got a whole cabinet, medicine cabinet, full of pills. They keep a bunch of Xanax in there and hydrocodone, all kinds of goodies. Vicodin. They'll get sick and they'll put them pills in there, won't need them anymore, and they'll just let them stack up. Those things are $5, $10 a pop out on the street. So just keep leaving that stuff in your cabinet. Don't throw it in a burn pile. Don't turn it into the cops. Just leave it right there in your medicine cabinet. I'll come by and get me some in the middle of the night. So, what kind of weapon do you have? You have a little billy club? You have a little bitty pistol, a little 380? I've been shot by those, they don't do nothing. Unless you can hit me in the head. You think you can hit me? You think you can hit my head? You might never even see my head. My body may come through, the first thing you see is that blade and some stars when that thing hits you, cracks you on top of the noggin. Maybe it'll be this. Maybe I'll be nice that night. Maybe I'll just, like I knocked a hole in that wall right there, knock a sheetrock out. Maybe I'll just use the butt of it. Maybe I'll use the blade. Depends on how bad I want my stuff. So, one grandpa, he didn't do so good with me. He shot into the floor, he shot beside my head, I knocked him out and I got what I wanted. So, I've heard that there's another grandpa in this area as a military man. I've heard that somebody out in these woods have been doing some training, got a bunch of dogs. I'll probably visit him soon. See if he wants to come out at night and play a little bit. So, now you know. Don't tell everybody you're gonna shoot somebody in the head. You might miss. Don't tell everybody that your double barrel shotgun will get the job done. That's the wrong weapon for the job. The thing that bothers me the most is see somebody with a military rifle, an AR-15, an M4. It's got 30 rounds in it. I can't walk through 30 rounds, but I'll sure try. Might want to get good with one. Might want to know where that safety is. Might want to get a red dot so you can hit what you're aiming at. But for right now, just do some thinking about what a big sharp blade like that could do in the hands of a man that really is out of dope, and he's going to get his next fix. You stand in the way, you're going to get hurt. I see the machete. Put the machete down now. I warned you. What a waste. I told you to put it down. You picked the wrong house, dude. Well, here we are on the final evaluation in the shoot house. Grandpa number one, he was very stubborn. He picked a shotgun on the left-hand side to break open under and over shotgun. And you can see the two shots that he made. Both of them were a miss on the bad guy. Just a few pellets in the face and not enough to stop anything. And bad guy came in with his machete and he spared Grandpa that night. He used the butt of it, knocked Grandpa out, but he stole everything in his house that he could find. The next time the bad guy comes back to the house, Grandpa had got some training. Grandpa had limbered up a little bit, stopped being so stubborn, and he listened to some of his military friends and to some younger men, and he decided he'd get him a AR-15. So Grandpa got him an AR-15, a red dot scope, and he had a .45. He never did use it for this purpose. But Grandpa pulled out the AR. He kept himself in concealment a little bit. He didn't do a whole lot of talking to the bad guy. He forgot about his offset a little bit, but I'll give him a pretty good grade. He still got 5 in the 10 ring. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rounds of 5.56. Not shot quite as fast as a professional special ops operator. But then at the end, Grandpa saw that the guy with the machete was doing some struggling, trying to talk a little bit more trash right at the end, and so he pulled out his .45, shut it down right there, then made the 911 call and told him he was in fear for his life, which was true. Told me he'd made some clean shots, which was true. He laid all of his guns down, put the safety on, and waited on the police. So Grandpa number 2 fared much better than Grandpa number 1. And Grandpa number 1 could have gone down hard, but in this scenario, we didn't want it to be quite that bad. So I hope the training will provide some information for you. Hope you realize that 5.56 is very easy to train with and shoot. A little more complicated than a double barrel shotgun, but very dependable. You got to have that safety off, be ready to go to work. As soon as Grandpa heard somebody breaking in, he got down and got in position, took a knee, said his prayer, got that barrel pointed the right direction, pulled that safety off, and as soon as he saw the bad guy with the machete, he knew it was going to be a clean shot. Somebody's in your house, they got a machete. They didn't come to do gardening. So that's not a time to try to be the counselor, not time to preach a long sermon. You got to get on that trigger and go to work. So I hope this helps you. I hope you'd be willing to tap that little like and subscribe button. And think about these things. Think about the ones that you love. Your wife, maybe it's a lady, your husband, your children, your grandchildren. And be ready to love them with all that it takes to keep them alive. Sometimes that means deadly force. So thanks again for watching. Tap the like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video. Over and out for now.